Wrong car.
Oh.
Wrong car.
Oh. Yeah.
It's all right.
I thought it was my grandson. You're not him.
Nah, I'm too black.
Whenever you buy a used car, always pay attention to the gaps in the door. This is how you could tell if it's been in an accident or not. You can't park there, sir. No mames, mira esa pinche yonke.
Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a lame a bone. Sock him in the face and sand his ass home.
Si quema, no quema,
now I'm in the fucking zone. You're only getting mad.
I've got a fun one here for you guys. 2008 Volvo S40. Customer states an engine lamp is on. It has a fuel trim lean code. It also runs rough and occasionally makes a whistling sound from the engine compartment. Now, I've seen this one before, so I knew exactly where to look. Check this out. There's vacuum here. It actually pulls my hand down to the crankcase. I hooked the vacuum gauge up to the dipstick tube. We're at almost 6 inches. So what exactly is going on here? Well, there are several makes and models that tend to develop this problem, and nearly always it comes down to a malfunction of the positive crankcase ventilation system, or PCV. Even a healthy engine will have some blow-by. Blow-by is when combustion gas from the cylinder gets past the rings and enters into the crankcase. Without a PCV system, these vapors would just build up in there. They dissolve in the oil and cause the oil to become very dirty very quickly. You also don't want these crankcase gases just venting out into the atmosphere either. So a PCV valve like this one is going to attach to the crankcase on one end, and it's going to have a vacuum supply from the engine on the other end. You see the size of this vacuum supply hose? And it's going to suck a metered amount of crankcase gas back into the engine intake and reburn it. Somewhere else on the crankcase, there will be a vent hose for fresh air to get back into the crankcase. Now the problem with this design of PCV valve that they're using on a lot of cars is that there's a rubber diaphragm used to regulate the flow, and that rubber diaphragm tears, allowing full engine vacuum the size of that hose to be sucked onto the engine. And that's why when you take off this oil cap, your hand can get sucked down to the engine. On this particular car, they've integrated the PCV valve into the oil filter housing, but they are two separate sections. There's the oil filter part of it here, and the crankcase ventilation part of it here.
First clip, you will see three guys, right? Looks like one is looking at the Durango RT, or two is looking at the Durango, and then the third one is looking at the Hellcat Charger. Now, I want to pause it here. What's interesting about this right here is the third guy that's looking at the Hellcat Charger, you'll see he's wearing some sort of device around his neck. You'll see a bunch of wires and stuff. The purpose of that device is to replicate the key fob signal that your car has with the key fob, to replicate that so that it tricks your car into believing that the signal that it's receiving is from the actual key fob, when in actuality it's not. It's coming from this device. And you'll see this guy disappear off frame in a minute, and I'll tell you exactly why. So that third guy that I told you that disappeared, this is him coming to the front door of the house to steal the signal. Look at it. He's got a little shiesty mask on so you can't see him. And he's got the device hanging from his neck, and he's holding up another device, trying to steal the signal from the key fob.
It's just a cigarette, and it cannot be that bad.
Honey, don't you love me, and you know it makes me sad.
It's just a cigarette, like you always used to do.
I was different.
Clean it out.
Oh, me, dude.
La genérica, compramos la del patito, no escatimamos, pero pues es que aparte cuando vieron ahí en su troca con un snorkel.
What are you doing?
That's why you got a whole side-ass car in here.
You don't judge a person's spirituality by material things, because God has given to us spiritual blessings. You judge a
doesn't give him the right to move into that country and steal property like they did in Crimea. Separatist movements in the east just to keep the country in a state of perpetual conflict so that they could never resolve.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Lo venían siguiendo. Oh my God.
Ya lo agarré en video.
Oh my God.
She has been scrubbing her whole car. A brand new 4Runner with this brush. Why? Yeah.
Go on!